Day 4, Problem 1. Gretchen is enlarging a digital photograph on her computer. The original photo is 4 inches by 6 inches. If she enlarges the dimensions 2 times, what will be the perimeter and area of the new image? So this question here refers to a photograph that is rectangular in shape, and so I can sketch a rectangle, and the width of this is 4 inches and its height is 6 inches. So 4 inches across there and 6 inches on that side. Now Gretchen is going to enlarge this photograph by multiplying its width and its height by a scale factor of 2. And so that will create a larger photograph. So here's a larger rectangle. I haven't drawn this to scale. I haven't really attempted to make it so that the bottom is truly 2 times longer than this. I'm just trying to get a larger rectangle. Okay. And so what we're asked to do is to find the perimeter and find the area of this new larger rectangle. Now if she multiplies by a scale factor of 2, then across the bottom it will now be 8 inches, and the height of this will now be 12 inches. And with these measurements we can find the perimeter and area. So let's start with perimeter. To find the perimeter of a rectangle, we need to add all 4 sides of that rectangle. So 8 plus 12 plus 8 across the top plus 12 for the left side. And these add up to 8 plus 12 is 20, and that 8 plus 12 is 20. 20 plus 20 is 40. So the distance around the outside of that photograph is 40 inches. Now the next thing we're asked to figure out is its area, how much space is inside that rectangle. And so to find the area of any rectangle, we can do that by multiplying its length times its width. So that would be 8 multiplied by the 12. And 8 times 12 is 96. So its area is 96 square inches. Now day 4, problem 2. A cylinder has radius 8 millimeters and height 3.5 millimeters. In part A, sketch a picture of this cylinder. And so to draw a cylinder that looks three-dimensional, it's typical to draw an oval to be the top of that cylinder, and just straight down and straight down to be the sides of the cylinder, and then for the bottom, round that off in the same way that that edge is rounded off. So for the bottom of the cylinder, like that. And then sometimes you even use a dash line to show the back hidden edge of the bottom of the cylinder. It just helps to create the illusion that that cylinder is going around. Okay. Now we are told that the radius of the cylinder is 8 millimeters, and that is the distance from the center of one of the circles to the edge of the cylinder. So that distance right there is 8 millimeters. And the height of the cylinder is 3.5 millimeters. So from there to there is 3.5 millimeters. Okay. So that is part A, the picture. Now part B, use the formula V equals pi times r squared times h to find its volume. So I'm going to start by writing that formula down. This is part B. V equals pi times r squared times h. Now the letter V is volume. That's what we're asked to figure out. So volume is equal to, and then for these symbols here, we're going to substitute in numbers from our drawing. So for the symbol pi, we can fill in 3.14. And for the variable r, which represents radius, that is the 8 millimeters. So 8 goes in for r, and then squared. And then for the letter h, the height, that is the 3.5. And so that goes in for h. And in this equation, if we want to find an answer for v, it looks like that all that needs to be done is to multiply all of these numbers together. Let's start doing that and handle the exponent first. So v equals 3.14 times 8 squared is 64, and then times 3.5. And then v equals, and we need to multiply these three numbers together. So let me grab a piece of scrap paper, and we can start in. Now it doesn't matter which numbers you multiply together first, but let's multiply the 3.14 by the 64. And so 3.14 times 64. 4 times 4 is 16. Write the 6, carry the 1. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And 3 times 4 is 12. Start the next row with a 0. 6 times 4 is 24. Write the 4, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And 6 times 3 is 18. And then add together these two results. So 6 and 0 is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So 20,096. But we had decimals. And in the original problem, there are 1, 2 numbers to the right of the decimal. And so in our answer, if we put the decimal point here, there will be 2 numbers to the right of the decimal. So it's not 20,096, it's really 200.96. Now we then need to multiply that by the other number that was in our multiplication problem, and that was 3.5. And so back to the scrap paper. 200.96 multiplied by 3.5. What does this make? 6 times 5 is 30. Write the 0, carry the 3. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 3 is 48. Write the 8, carry the 4. 0 times 5 is 0, plus 4 is 4. 0 times 5 is 0. And 2 times 5 is 10. Start the next row with a 0. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28. Carry the 2. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 3 times 0 is 0, and 3 times 2 is 6. And then add together these two results. So 0 and 0 is 0. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry 1. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 1 plus 6 is 7. Now what about the decimal points? There are 1, 2, 3 numbers in total to the right of the decimal point in the problem. And so in our answer, if we put the decimal point here, there will be 1, 2, 3 numbers to the right of the decimal point. And so that number is 703.36. We can ignore the 0 on the end. So 703.36. So back to the warm-up. 703.36. That is the value of V, which is the volume of our cylinder. And in this problem, the volume of the cylinder will be measured in cubic millimeters.